Hi, this is Kim, or Adverse Camber 42, continuing my playthrough of Disco Elysium on PlayStation 5. Let me just hit continue. And refresh my feed because the cat just turned off my internet. Good going, Shro. So, hopefully you guys can hear me. When the feed's refreshed, I'll be able to see for sure. But here we are. So last time we finally actually managed to start focusing on the plot. We did a lot of the background investigation. We found out how the hangman really died, how he was shot while having sex with Klaasje on the second floor. We are not 100% sure where the bullet came from. It may have been the balcony, it may have been further afield. And we got Titus to finally fess up that there is a missing 8th Hardie Boy, or Hardie Girl, I guess, called Ruby, who has left town, but we don't think she's got very far, so we're supposed to be hunting her down. Hi there, Info Shark. How are you doing today? Let me just check my gear while we're seeing how you're doing. I'm still wearing my necktie. Yeah, I'd be lonely without him. Got my cool glasses on. Haven't got my Fuck the World jacket on. Because I had to change my gear for stats so many times last time. Just want to make sure we got my cool stuff. No, I haven't got my Fuck the World jacket on. Where's it gone? There we go. Now I feel better. I'm very well, thank you, Info. I'm glad you are too. So, let's start our walk up the coast, re-talking to everyone.
I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Okay, but do you know who I'm talking about?
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
This is like when that man locked himself in the woodshed. We just need to help her come out.
No, it's not like that, man. With him we called you. Right now, you just arrived by yourself, like a raven plucking at the window glass.
Enough of this. She better start talking right now.
I see, you do know something, but you've decided not to tell us.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
Okay, look around my shack. So in here? Where have we got any clue? Oh! That's new. We did have the dream or something where it said about something under the floorboards.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others.
I moved the board aside.
Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
What's in here?
Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea.
I searched through the sand and the sawdust.
You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then something hard wrapped in paper.
What is it?
A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet.
A bullet. Interesting.
The floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with. It's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded, ready to fight some cops. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
I'm terribly confused, Ted. Alright, they said show the bullet to the washerwoman. Where has my thought cabinet ever steered me wrong?
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack?
Damn that girl.
She murmurs softly.
Butter?
The lieutenant turns to you and gives a little nod, then turns to the washerwoman.
You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either.
You rented the room to her?
Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl.
She speaks slowly, wringing out a rag. After a long silence, her hands move to the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge.
As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
That's for the police to find out. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
You said she left on Monday.
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
Is the room exactly as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Was there anything else in there?
No,
What's she like, Ruby?
she's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
What's she mean?
She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
Why do you think she left the bullet there?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
She looks back towards their shack, thinking.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
I do have a possible explanation in my mind.
Aye, do tell.
It's an exit plan.
Exit from what?
This. I spread my hands.
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman.
No, she's a fighter.
I heard she was a heavy drinker with anger issues. You ever witness that kind of behavior?
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset.
The sun sets for everyone.
She isn't what you'd call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. But I never saw her lose control of herself, the way some people do.
Where'd she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north. You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Further up the coast we go, then.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater? Seems like a better idea to me.
No, you can do it. You still have plenty of juice in you before you drop. Behind the cinder block houses, old pre-war ruins rise to the sky like dark palaces. The wind calls.
Goodbye, then. I'm off.
One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She looks around. The air is getting colder.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
Okay, we are nearing the point of no return from what I recall in this game. So let's just have a quick look at our, I use the term very loosely, quest log. And just try and see if there's anything more. Okay, we can still go and look for that. It's just a little sub-quest. Solve Egghead's puzzle. Yeah, that mob might be above me. The smoker on the back. Oh, we did never go and speak to him again. Oh, it's a bit late now, because we'd have to wait around all day. There was a smoker on the balcony. There are so many things you can do. We said we weren't going to get the signatures. Find my heraldic bird. I can read about cockatoos in the bookstore and discover something new about myself. I don't think we want to take speed while Kim stood there. The jam mystery. Find out who the lady driver is. Yeah, that didn't go very well. I don't think we've done horrendous with solving our subquests. We're not missing anything massively. Do you kind of want to go and read about cockatoos? Yeah, alright. I'm going to go read about cockatoos. Let's see if we can find a book about them. That one feels like a fun game anyway. The map is what I'm looking for. Can I fast travel to the waterfront? Let's just remember where we land so I can get back. I'm literally right next to Kim's car. Right, where's the book on cockatoos?
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring...
No, that's the man from Hyamdal. I think that's Kim I'm aiming at, not the door. Those were the games on the middle shelf. I just want a book about cockatoos. Okay, what's that one by the door?
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels.
Ah, Dick Mullen.
A sulphur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover. Its
Yeah, we
beak
can afford to
slightly
buy it.
open.
Oh, a nature enthusiast. Good choice. I knew it was a good idea to keep that around.
Okay, let's read about cockatoos. I want to discover my heraldic bird. Oh, we never looked at the chewing gum wrapper either, did we? Let's look at that too.
Crinkled chewing gum wrapper. The worn label reads, Tutti Frutti. It smells faintly of apricots, with a barely noticeable twinge of cinnamon.
Why do I even care about this?
Good question. There is no answer or secret phrase written on the inside of the wrapper. Yet you're drawn to it. Drawn by regret. Stop before you hurt yourself with the Tutti Frutti wrapper. Throw it away, please.
I'll hang on to it, just in case.
You carefully fold the wrapper into a square before putting it back into your pocket, lovingly even, despite the strange feeling of regret.
That was strange. I don't think we've read that book either, have we? Let's start with the cockatoos, though. Interact.
A cockatoo is a parrot with an erectile crest, found on the Seminine Islands and in southern Fas a la Mer. Known for their intelligence and general precociousness, cockatoos are popular birds in aviculture. However, they often exhibit various behavioral issues.
Okay, what more?
This book talks about the delicate nature of toos, as well as introducing some of the most popular species among the bird enthusiasts. The funeral cockatoo, the major majestic cockatoo, and the most common bang-bang cockatoo. It's colorfully illustrated.
Alright, what problems do these birds have?
Where to even begin? All cockatoos are known for their needy natures, requiring attention for at least 2 full hours a day. They love to talk, and have been described as lovable clowns who just don't know how to wrap up.
I could handle that. It'd be nice to have someone to talk to when I was feeling lonely.
Pet owners also report moodiness, loudness, and hostility as recurring issues. If left unsatisfied, cockatoos may scream non-stop, pluck their feathers, or become aggressive.
Okay, that's pretty bad. Anything else?
It is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook them food every day and give them the full care that they need. These birds will never understand that you have a life of your own.
Yeah, but there has to be something great about cockatoos as well.
You're right. Cockatoos are magnificent creatures. They love to perform, cuddle, and show off, and will even scream for fun, often as loud as up to 135 decibels. Ouch. That must hurt.
I read about the funeral cockatoo.
This is a yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Its specific name, Psittacus venereus, relates to its dark and somber plumage. This bird looks as if dressed for a funeral, 24/7. There is something indisputably ominous about it.
Read about the major majestic cockatoo.
Perhaps the most impressive of all the species, the endangered major majestic cockatoo, is often described as the most flamboyant bird in the jungle. Its pink-colored wings and flowing crest embellishing its proud and bumptious nature. In the words of poet-explorer Sir James Fournier, few birds more enliven the monotonous hues of the verdant forest than this big, bold, and beautiful species. It must be glorious to behold, dark pink and snow white.
I read about the most common bang-bang cockatoo.
Despite its banging name, the bang-bang cockatoo is actually the shyest of the species, common in almost all Seminoles forests, as well as zoos and homes all over the world. Its plumage is mainly grey and white. The Seminoles name bang-bang is thought to be of onomatopoeic origins. The bang is for all the scary things in the world that may happen at any time.
Honestly, this bird does sound a bit like me.
Yes, but all those cockatoo species are so different. Which one are you?
Isn't that obvious? The major majestic, here I come.
You're right. Your Majesty embodied. This big, beautiful bird belongs on your heraldry.
I put the book away. I'm so glad we did that. I want to see if we've read that book.
You stare at the now...
Yes, we did. Just forgotten, evidently. Alright, with that, we've done the most important subquest of discovering what my bird heraldry is. Let's actually go find Ruby. So I was kind of here, just above the car, because as we saw before, where you can actually teleport from is really quite vague. Did it work this time? Yep, I think we got it. So, Fisherman Shacks. Let's get back to where we were. Well, that killed 5 minutes. So we just spoke to the woman. She suggested we went up the coast. Let's head up the coast. But you'll never find her. Given our general observation skills and how easily distracted I am, we could be right. There's a slit in the concrete here. A sewer? I can't remember what the hell was up here. We know she's not in the church. We spent enough fecking time around there. Haven't we been? Hey guys, have you seen her?
Hello. Isn't this a fine morning?
Do all you and your son Duke this come and stand here? I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen anyone suspicious around?
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off.
Okay, so he hasn't seen them. Oh, what's that? Money, my favourite thing. What about that one? Nose are fed. Maybe I should have healing item duck.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
Tomorrow is just a whisper away?
Looks like tomorrow never came.
The lieutenant raises the collar of his bomber jacket. I step closer.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing. In the remains of the edifice, there's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Why do I feel like I know this place?
Indeed, somehow you knew it was here. An urban ruin, gutted by looters that once used to consume money and dispense warmth and light. You felt it before, when it rained in Martinez, and you felt the cold of the rain. The feeling persists. It has been in you ever since.
Could Ruby be in there?
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there, or in that boat shack, in that church tower, maybe.
Okay, so we've got a high chance of listening to the wind, which shivers. We have raised shivers by a lot in this game. So, 97%, it's been increased by finding the empty trap, hearing Lena's true story, going on a date, establishing the nightclub, and giving the death notification, presumably that was to the working class woman. Dramatic. Oh, also, this building, because someone refuted me on this recently, it's called the Wompty Dumpty Dom section. Because I would like you all to share that piece of information. It was on one of the mental connections we made. Purely because I have an encyclopedic memory of stupid names, and between that and the Cod Mamadakwa, this game is good for him. Anyway, let's make our shivers roll.
Even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead. No rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb.
What was I even attempting to do here?
Trying to talk to the wind, the city. Whatever you thought would happen did not. And now you're just standing there in the pale of the morning, with your hands fallen to your side. A prayer of sorts. To Revachol.
I turned to the lieutenant. She could be anywhere. How do we even find her?
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the geography, at least. And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village.
And if that fails? And if we don't find her?
Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
He looks behind him at the dark red box crumbling across the chasm.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you. Buckle up and raise your collar. This search is going to be wet and cold.
Oh, we can make another one. Alright, why not? Let's see if we get the same answer.
Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it.
Where does it go?
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk. Its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
What is happening?
She's down there.
I think she's down there, below this building.
Okay. Why?
Let's have a look. Ever since I woke up, maybe even before, I've been getting these strange cold spells.
Good, yes. Cold spells. So basically your hangover is telling you she's down there?
Call it a gut feeling.
So, how do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
There's a ladder next to the sign. Perhaps we can climb through it, enter the roof.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break if the ladder fails.
Where's this ladder? Oh, there it is. How do we climb a ladder,
A
then?
rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. Some of the rungs are missing.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
I assess the situation.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rust is razor sharp.
Well, it's been nice knowing you, Lieutenant.
In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground? And you're 180?
190, I'm a giant.
Okay, but still, the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder. Instead, astral projection. Be open-minded about this.
What if I don't climb? What if I just teleport?
Teleportation is not a thing.
The lieutenant stares at you, stone-faced. Oh, come on, Kim. Where's your adventurous spirit?
This really has nothing to do with adventure. We are dealing with basic physics here.
It won't hurt to try.
Oh yes, it could hurt. A lot.
Okay, savoir-faire. I think I can increase that with my items. Let's give it a go. I'm certainly willing to give it a try. Savoir-faire is yellow, I think. There it is. Savoir-faire glasses. Those are negative savoir-faire, so we don't want those. They're negative savoir-faire. What else am I wearing? Perception. Never the skills you want. No, that's all I can do. I feel this is where we should save the game before I die.
The rusty ladder leads to the rooftop.
58. Lucky for some. Let's go.
On second thought, maybe teleportation isn't a thing.
Oh, why?
Because you're just standing there squeezing your buttocks and nothing is happening.
Kim, I'm not teleporting.
You're not. Please, don't try to climb the building. We'll get in another way.
Screw that, I want to teleport. Wonder what happens when I teleport.
The rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. On
Oh, no you don't, game. We're teleporting whether you like it or not. I have to know what happens.
The rusty ladder leads to the rooftop.
This is not a role I am prepared to lose. There are many roles I am prepared to lose. Teleporting is not one of them.
The rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. On second thought, maybe teleport.
My odds are so good and it does not want me to teleport.
The rusty ladder. The distance is in addition,
wrong
not to
button.
mention astral projection. All you need
Yeah.
to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness enfolds you. You can feel the distance between the bench and the first rung of the ladder. All you need to is...
Do it.
Zoot, zap, pow, crinkle. It's like magic. You feel yourself disappear, your atoms fading out of existence.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Bam! You find yourself on the roof, having mastered the art of physical displacement.
I did it, Kim. I teleported.
I just saw you climb the ladder. You just climbed it like a regular person.
The wind at the top of the building starts howling loudly, blowing away the lieutenant's voice. Faintly you hear,
Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside. Don't go adventuring without backup, especially if we think the suspect may be hiding here.
That was 100% worth it. Recommend. I knew that was a role we wanted to pass. Central support beam has been destroyed by artillery fire. Let's figure out how we get round to that staircase. Whoa, 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 what's that? Stones fall, it's a long way down. Yeah, it is. The glass is covered with grime and dust. You can barely see out. Can't see anywhere to let Kim in yet. You should take out your flashlight. That's probably smart. Flashlight is a tool. Oh, that's the postcard I just picked up. Antiquated furniture, last century maybe. Brought down and forgotten so long ago. This collapse nearly sealed the basement. One can barely squeeze by. Now we should... The basement's where we're meant to be going. Find Kim, I guess. Overturned table is covered in orange mildew, crawling with something. Ah, there he is.
2 rusty metal plates that slide apart form a crude door. It's been here under the boardwalk for a while.
Who's there?
What do you mean, who's there? It's me, Kim. Stop playing around and help me get the door open.
I push the doors open.
The doors seem to be on rails, but they've gotten jammed. You grab a side and put some strength into prying it open. With the help of your partner, the 2 metal panels slide open with a creak.
Huh. I hope no one dangerous heard that.
How'd you even get it there?
After you climbed up to the roof, you mean? There's a maintenance entrance under the boardwalk. It's next to a drain pipe, possibly a storm drain. It was easy to miss before.
He's quite proud of himself.
A maintenance entrance? So pedestrian.
Yes. It's cool to risk your life climbing rickety ladders. Anyway, let's investigate these passages.
Okay, we got Kim back. Doesn't matter if we go too far now. And the game's auto-saved, which means we're on track. Old file photos in the cart. Documents silvery? Silvery with mould. A series of thick, dusty panels of glass. A new suit jacket, but it doesn't say fuck the world on the back. Okay, let's see what that cabinet that I was worried would take me to the basement is. Oh, it did indeed take me... Oh wait, this is how I came up before, isn't it? Yeah, that was just the way I came before. Alright, Kim, let's keep exploring around here then. What's that one? In the beam of the flashlight, a crevice in the wall. Oh, what's that one? Stale fabric smell and dust. No one slept here in months, maybe years. These pots and plates are full of dust and spider webs. Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed, ancient flyers and brochures.
A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spiderweb in the lower left corner of the portrait.
I brush dust off the portrait.
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly. Someone crouches, heels digging into wet sand. Hands sweep across the sand. Grains stick into the frayed skin of the fingertips. An old man sits on a slab of concrete and taps his fingers against the glass of a scope. You shudder.
Look, Kim, it's Comrade Mazov.
Yes, I can see that. Looks like some communists were hiding out here. They left a long time ago.
A long time ago? How long?
Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing.
He looks around.
I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted.
What's with all these secret weapon caches and secret bunkers?
We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers.
Maybe I should move in here. Seems cozy.
I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case.
Could someone have stopped through here recently?
You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
He looks at the dust. Okay, ooh, what's that? I got a revolutionary hat. I revolutionize in this hat. Let's have a look at it. Where's my hat? Okay, I have a +1 suggestion jacket. And +1 to Mazovian socio-economic friendly neighborhood communards. Yeah, that hat's a look alright. think my cowboy hat's a bit more useful, though. Okay, what we got up here? Footprints in the sand. One of the soles appears more worn than the other. You know, I think we're on the right track. There's something in the air, an unnatural buzzing. The tunnel collapsed. You'll have to find another way round. It's getting louder, that buzzing sound.
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
Lieutenant, do you feel something?
No. What do you mean?
A pain, a kind of strange tingling.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
Hold on, you really don't feel anything?
No, but you are the sensitive one.
I saw them too. Footprints with the right sole worn smooth.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
What do you mean?
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
Everett knows more than he's told us. Maybe we should continue working for him.
You're right. However corrupt he may be, nothing happens in Martinez without him knowing. We might have to dirty our hands, but...
In this case, we can't afford to be squeaky clean.
We met Joyce, but we don't know what she knows yet. We should probably find out.
Definitely. I think she knows something. About the mercenaries, maybe. And she won't be around if the situation explodes.
We've checked the boy with Klaasje's documents. I want to hear her take on why it was empty before.
Okay. Why not? Whatever goes down might also affect her. The Union is watching her closely now.
Not closely enough, you suspect. But still, good idea to visit her once more.
How bad do you think things could get?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
He smiles in the dark. What do you think is waiting for us there?
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
This sounds like my point of no return. Let's go find out. A concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. It feels strange.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
Says the shadowy figure by the machine.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, but she has to. Doesn't wish to hurt you, not according to your ear canals. Wait, no, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways.
I cover my ears.
No, buddy, that's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
Are you gonna kill me too?
No, I'm not going to fucking kill you. If that had been my plan, you'd be dead already. All things considered, I'm being pretty reasonable here. I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field. A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the Pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
He gestures towards something with great effort.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break loose.
What's this goddamn Pale, anyway?
The Pale? It's the end of the world.
How'd you get your hands on this thing?
I built it myself.
She nods towards her torture device.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Way beyond.
She studies her death ray and the law officials trapped in it. Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
Have you experienced the compressor yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
This is all great, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
Please can you just turn it down so I can ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
We're looking for a deal on mattress.
Lieutenant clutches his head, grimacing.
God damn it.
She regards you and Kim with some sympathy.
Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
She steps reluctantly out the shadows. The pain lessens.
The gun she's carrying is a 2-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but she can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
How'd you know we were coming?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
By hiding bullets under floorboards?
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
She didn't rat you out, by the way. Isabel, the washerwoman.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
Preparing for the worst?
I was. Before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now.
It was dark in the shack. The waves outside had calmed down. She looked at the loaded gun. Then she cracked the barrel open and took the bullet out. Not today.
Did you shoot Lely?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
You're right. Klaasje was the first to share her suspicions.
Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Titus told me, but it took him some convincing.
Oh, fuck. Took some convincing my ass. Those guys liked me, I know it. This is what happens to people whom people like.
A dull despair is creeping into her voice.
How the fuck do the rest of you get by?
Wait, wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal, I opened them up.
I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same.
That did make her forgive them. A little.
I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you.
Like what? I already told you I didn't do it.
Would you say that Lely was a likable person?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
You don't feel sympathy for mercs? It's hard work.
Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do.
There's nothing more personal... you had against him? Perhaps his way with women.
You think I was envious of his conquests? Look, pussy's not a problem for me. And definitely not a reason to off someone.
See her confident gaze, her toned arms. Yeah, she wouldn't have had much trouble in the intimacy department.
Do you feel protective of the Union?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
She didn't hate it, okay?
I have some other questions.
I'm listening.
Do you have an alibi for when Lely was shot?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon me.
There were 10 minutes they couldn't account for. Yeah, I think it was about 10 minutes.
You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time.
Our investigation has shown that 15 minutes is just enough time to commit murder.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
There's a secret way from the first floor of the Whirling to the roof.
Don't know it. But also...
She frowns, studying your face.
The shot couldn't have come from the roof. Or we would have all heard it downstairs.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
The pain stops him from finishing the sentence.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
You've got a gun.
And?
Where'd you get it?
The gun store.
What gun store?
Trigger Happy Jacks.
That doesn't sound like the name of a real store.
What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal.
I see it's a front loader. Do you have another gun somewhere?
Sure don't.
A breech loader?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
I can't quite tell. What kind of gun is it?
A Necktie 80 front loader. 2-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
That isn't it.
Do you collect guns? Maybe old rifles?
No, they're not practical. Break too often.
A doubt creeps over you. She sounds so sure of everything. So, not guilty.
There's other evidence I want to ask you about.
Yeah, evidence.
You liked Klaasje a lot?
I considered her a good friend, yeah.
Are you a girl like her?
What the hell, man? Yeah, why not? I've gotten worse.
Is peeping one of your hobbies? Oh, sorry, I can't get past the girl like her. Is peeping one of your hobbies?
I'm not following your clever insinuations, Detective.
There's a little hole in the wall. You can see into Klaasje's room. I wouldn't blame you if you've...
If I want to stare at a pretty girl, I can pick one up at a bar. Or, worst case scenario, look at a naughty photo. Who has time to go skulking about the whirling, drilling holes in walls?
So you haven't been watching Klaasje through a hole in the wall?
Nope. Look, she has an effect on people. That je ne sais quoi that makes it impossible not to look at her when she walks into the room, and very difficult to look away. But travel enough and you realize, for the same reason that she's everyone's type as an object of desire, she's not irreplaceable.
Wrong. That kind of pussy is never replaceable.
But you want to be more than just friends.
Oh, so that's where you were going with this.
She said you wanted to run away with her.
That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had pasts we didn't want to catch up with us, and we enjoyed listening to music together. Why not go on a road trip?
The lieutenant watches her expectantly, occasionally shaking from the pain.
Okay, fine. I was into her. Klaasje was into me too for a time, I know it. We even fooled around once. And yeah, after that I thought maybe we could make a go of it.
She touched that radiant beauty, that silver wellspring of desire.
Hold on, but Klaasje only likes truly buff men.
She does know how to pick 'em.
Then what happened?
She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused because she felt so close to me and valued my friendship so much, and how guilty she felt for leading me on. I knew that wasn't the whole story, but thought, fine, I'll take it and move on.
No ill will then. It wasn't a problem for her.
Klaasje said you got very angry when she started seeing Lely, threatened her.
Yeah, one time when we'd both been drinking, I said some heated things about how dangerous her patterns with men were. I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion in her head. All the drugs she was doing can make you feel like you're living in a DeLorean tragedy.
And despite everything, you helped her by staging a lynching.
Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The merc was beyond caring what happened to his mortal coil. It was a no-brainer.
There are other things I want to ask you about.
Go ahead. It's your body.
And mine too, he thinks. But keep on. This must be done.
Do you like to hang out on rooftops?
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Klaasje's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
Is that the only reason you hung out on the roof?
The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah. Along with Klaasje.
What's so great about her antenna?
It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival.
So you're sure you didn't shoot the merc from the roof?
Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar.
Did you leave any flowers for Klaasje on the roof?
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
These weren't just flowers, they were symbols of the revolution.
So now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around? Come on.
But Klaasje was mourning.
I never did understand why, when someone dies, a hothouse's worth of flowers has to die too.
Okay, so you didn't leave Maybells.
No, I did not.
Okay, let's take a step back.
Yeah? Where?
More questions before doing anything.
Who killed the merc if it wasn't you?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Mercenaries.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Klaasje's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
Klaasje didn't want to turn the lamp on. She was afraid of another shot.
What happened Sunday night? Tell me your version.
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
It's okay. We just want to...
He struggles to finish the sentence.
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardie and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Klaasje comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Wait, did she also seem high to you?
Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before.
This woman has seen people OD. Klaasje wasn't quite there yet, so why worry?
Klaasje said you knew something was wrong immediately.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
Klaasje said you seemed to have a plan, prepared when you got there.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
She looks shaken. She wasn't surprised to be ratted out, but framed.
Her idea?
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardie Boys.
Klaasje knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain calm under pressure otherwise.
Shower head? That's resourceful.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
Do you think she killed Lely herself?
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried this lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the Mercenaries' death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going... fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
If you didn't kill him, why hide?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
That strange, distant fear is getting close now. It's a fear of yourself.
What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Fucking hell. And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Who's everyone? How do you know this?
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
No one's an agent. I don't even know who La Puta Madre is.
Right. Sure. You don't know.
I'm sure I'm supposed to know, but I've lost my memory recently.
Yeah, sure.
She doesn't believe you.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough.
What do you do? Sorry, what did you do to this Madre anyway?
You know what I did. I fucked him over. And now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat.
Do you know about the bunker next door?
What bunker?
The communist hideout back there.
Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to...
Her voice trails off into the noise in your head. Feels like an aneurysm approaching. Fuck it, I'm gonna try and destroy that machine. That white noise is getting on my nerves.
did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
Are you okay, Kim?
All good, officer. Be careful.
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
If she kills herself, you'll get her gun.
What are you doing?
Problem solving.
Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are...
Oh, yes, it is.
We can convince her to put the gun down. 8% chance. We have passed lower rolls than this. I'm so sorry in advance, everyone.
You should know the words to say. You've been here yourself. So why is it not coming to you?
Why am I standing here like an idiot?
Because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself, trying to answer the same question in vain. Her finger squeezes the trigger now.
But she doesn't deserve to die like this.
No, wait. Finally, it comes to you. A way to connect with her.
I know your pain. I've been let down by women too.
She flashes you an incredulous grin. Then she exhales sharply, shakes her head, and pulls the trigger. You watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair.
Oh God.
Fuck.
The lieutenant stands motionless, watching the blood pool in the sand.
Get a hold of yourself. He needs your support now, too.
What did we just do?
Our job. It went really bad. And now we need to clean it up.
She died. How can he be so... cold?
She killed herself. I failed to talk her down.
Lieutenant Yefreitor Dubois, control your emotions. We did our job. This won't be the worst thing that happens on this case, believe me. You can't let this break you.
There is no coming back from this one. It will stay with you in nightmares.
It's all our fault.
We are cops. Everything is our fault if we let it be.
Okay, so what do we do now?
We clean up. It may take days for processing to pick up her body. We need to move it somewhere. That tent there.
Have a quick little look around the area, I guess. Cooking utensils. She prepared herself a porridge with bananas. Yep, we failed to talk her down, and now we're robbing her blind in the traditional manner. We'll have that, though. I've got a gun. Darkwater trails off into the distance. There's no way out.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately.
I look inside.
You see a rolled-up sleeping bag and personal belongings.
We should put her in the sleeping bag, so the rats don't get to her.
Okay, let's carry her over here.
The lieutenant nods. There she lies, cocooned in the sleeping bag, surrounded by empty cigarette packs, books, and half-read magazines.
I shine my flashlight on the books and magazines.
Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
See anything?
The lieutenant peeks over your shoulder. I sift through the magazines.
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine. It's a leather notebook.
A notebook. I take it.
You pocket the worn brown leather journal. She watches by, motionless.
We should read this immediately. Like, right now.
You're the boss, Kim. New gun, new gun. We'll hold the new gun. Right, anyway. So, items, where is it?
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket.
I examine the cover.
It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller. This was important to her, when it was still hers.
I unwind the strap.
The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled.
I study the handwriting.
The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently.
I flip through the pages.
It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
We could learn a lot from this.
What kind of logistics?
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
Professionalism is his coping mechanism.
What are the diagrams of?
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
Anything personal?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. Staff issues. Always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal.
How far back did the entries go?
The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
What did she write about the day Lely died?
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it.
Is there anything about La Puta Madre?
That name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell.
No mention of La Puta Madre?
What about this M? Could this be La Puta Madre? Here, March 9th and March 15th.
I read the first entry from the 9th.
Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head while I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? Things played out just as she had feared, except you didn't shoot her. It's in you to do something like this. Kill her. Physically, at least. You could pull the trigger if you had to.
No, I couldn't.
Yes, you could. You'd pull it 1, 2, 3 times and watch her fall. No, stop. He wouldn't do that.
I read an entry from March the 12th.
Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people, the boys, for example. But experience tells me. Did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures, first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. The entry ends abruptly. That must have been one hell of a conversation.
What's the most recent entry?
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
I don't think she killed a mercenary. It looks like she might have been framed.
This whole thing was a detour, and a fatal one, he thinks. Don't get emotional.
So she died for nothing?
She was in plenty of trouble, even without the murder charge. Still, it's a nasty business.
Kim, am I really a La Puta Madre agent?
No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure.
Who is La Puta Madre?
The head of a major jamrock gang, specializing in drug production and trafficking. A very bad person.
Then who do you think killed the merc?
Klaasje was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself, or...
But no one heard the shot.
maybe she had an accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on her. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the Whirling-in-Rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
Okay, I think we might have a level. Does anyone want to suggest a skill up? We've passed the point of no return now, so your choice could actually have a big weight on things. No pressure. What do we reckon, guys? Tell Info, what do you think will help us out long run? Info thinks suggestion. Okay. You are the boss. Okay, so let's head back to the Whirling, Kim said. I can remember how to get out of here. Oh, what's this?
Rattan! Now is the time!
The time for what?
Oh, you will see.
It feels like the tire is rubbing itself against my chest like a cat in heat.
Pass the spirits! The blue medicinal spirits! Grab the bottle and uncork it! It is time to unleash the other world!
Wait, right now? A woman just died and you think it's a good time to party?
Rattan! Life and death are inseparable! There's a party when you're born, a party every year to celebrate that birth, and a party when you're put in the ground!
Yeah? What's the problem here?
Why shouldn't there be a party when you die? And besides, this isn't even about that. You have no idea what this is about. This is gonna be so off the hook. It's gonna be off all hooks.
Well, Necktie has never steered me wrong before. I slowly uncork the blue medicinal spirit.
The bottle opens with a silent, mysterious hiss. The fumes rising from its mouth are as crisp as the northern winds, howling somewhere, lashing the boardwalk with brine and rain. An ancient warmth crawls under your skin.
Now, Bratan, take me off.
Okay, I take the necktie off.
Your fingers manage to undo the oily knot, and the necktie slides off. It looks so frail sitting there in your hand, weighing almost nothing.
Now what?
Now, put me in the bottle.
But why?
Trust me! Just trust me! You and I are gonna have so much fun it should be illegal!
I suspect that it might be.
Just put me in the bottle, Bratan! I'm not gonna let you down! You and I are like the same person!
I put you in the bottle, Bratan!
As the necktie slides into the purifying liquid, large stains of grease rise off from it and float to the surface. There, they quickly dissolve and disappear completely, cleansed by the blue spirit fire of 98.7% pure alcohol. The fabric looks almost new again, no longer like a disgusting worm of the lower intestine, but like a colorful and deadly poisonous reef snake of the Insulindian Ocean.
So, what next?
The necktie floats in the bluish liquid with almost unearthly grace.
Necktie?
There is silence.
I cork the bottle and put it away.
The lieutenant has been observing you quietly all this time. He's struggling to keep silent, but finally seems to give up.
I've got to ask, what are you doing?
Alright. In my family, when someone dies, you put a piece of clothing into a bottle as a sign of eternal respect.
That makes absolutely no sense, but I guess every family has its own traditions. Let us not linger. We have a great big mess to figure out.
He turns his face to the road ahead. Poor old Necktie. Let's see what he gave me. Oh, it's a tool. Okay, I think I see. We have the spirit bomb. I'm totally gonna hold that in my hand. I think I might still need the torch to get out of here, though. Let's make sure we have spirit bomb. Oh, does that mean I need to put something in my next slot? Yes, it does. I don't think I've ever taken Necktie off before. What other shirts? Oh, maybe I should put my armor back on. Keep forgetting to keep that on. We're going to re-equip the gun when we get out of here as well. Razor shivers. I thought I had like a scarfy thing. Is that a tie? Yes, that's the one that Lena gave me. Let's equip that. Okay, let's go. So, back to the Whirling. We're gonna have to walk there, I think. Okay, to the Whirling-in-Rags. Oh, now I can re-equip my gun now we're outside. Oh no, that's not the way through. Don't need the torch anymore. So that's the gun. And that's the spirit bomb equipped, I think. Yep, we got the spirit bomb too. And I know a bad thing is about to occur. So when we get a bit closer to the Whirling, I'm just going to check my gear one more time. I wish I had some healing items, to be honest. I might just save it here as well, just so we've got an extra save. Okay. What we got? We got the gun. We got spirit bomb and the gun. We got... Oh god, I guess it's as good as any. Can't remember what skills I need for the next bit. It's been a long time since I played this game. But it's been nice knowing you all. It's time for the bad thing, Breton! Let's go.
Stop. Just up ahead. Danger. You are prepared. Don't put away your friend, your weapon. It is glowing in your hand, ready to serve. Snow gathers on the oily fabric of the tail end of your necktie turned fuse.
Kim, there's danger up ahead.
Yes, I hear commotion. Let's go.
I'm ready to do this.
Good. Be ready to take damage.
Oh god.
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right?
Shut up. You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
This is the scab leader. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm. There's something very wrong with him.
He's dangerous.
Shh.
Lieutenant raises his left hand.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kipt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Courtie.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fellas?
He is facing overwhelmingly superior firepower, and he knows it.
Peaceful.
It sounds like the armoured figure is weeping.
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
Fuck. There are 3 of them. I was hoping there would be less.
The lieutenant points to the helmeted figure.
This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all, heavily armed. The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there.
What do we do?
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
The big one is the damn scab leader.
If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
Stop! This is the police!
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
He licks his lips, waving his gun at the crowd. Losing his balance for a moment, he staggers backwards.
I think he's calmed down a bit. No, he didn't. He's about to open fire.
No, he's calming down. I can talk to him.
You can't think that way now. This is serious.
Pig fuck!
The voice from beneath the helmet interrupts your thoughts. You only make out the last word. Easy now. No one needs to die here today.
Oh, people are gonna die today. We're not leaving it like this. These tribals hung him up for everyone to see.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, the blue medicinal spirit in your hand seems to have a pulsating glow. It feels enticing somehow.
All right! End game! Light me on fire and throw me in his face!
Fuck yeah, I'm on board.
Even if it comes to a fight, it's a good idea to get under his skin first. No, please. Peace. It has worked this far. Start with the first idea you have. Move down from that.
Okay. Listen, they didn't do it.
Yeah? Who did that?
You should implicate yourself. Throw yourself onto the embrasure. Chest first.
It was someone else who's not here right now.
How fucking convenient.
I could throw Garter under the truck. He was shot from a great distance. The sniper did it.
You think I'm fucking stupid, cop? What if I just shot one of your pals here, right now, huh? How about the kid? Tell me, it's a magic fucking sniper one more time.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead cop marshal won't decide who...
He's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her.
Shit. Gotta try, I guess.
Your mind grinds to a halt. All you can see is the revolver in the man's armored hand, swaying, pointed at her. You move your mouth like a fish gasping for air.
She wasn't even there.
He pulls the trigger. A plume of smoke erupts from the muzzle. The shot rings in your ears. A low, tinny ring. Then the Hardie Boys yell something.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
The woman grabs the left side. She's down. Her white shirt soaks blood red around her abdomen. She gasps for air.
Fuck this!
The man starts pulling something out of his pocket.
Cancel Lizzie! Now!
Ah, Jesus. Where's my option to lob the necktie at them? Damn it. Need hand-eye coordination for that. Fuck it. I'm loading the game. So I can gear to prepare myself for this battle. Right, it looks like I need hand-eye to get through this. Let's see how we can do. At least now I've seen what I need to get through. Everyone's got hand-eye. I don't think I've ever really had to use hand-eye before. Chemistry, inland, savoir-faire. I wonder, there's a guy who sells clothes who's kind of down to one side down here. Can I reach him before I trigger the end? There's like some money up there I never spotted before. So it turns out all this time we should have been building hand-eye. Chaos you guys calls.
Stop. You are prepared. Don't put away your friend, your weapon. It is glowing in your hand, ready to serve. Snow gathers on the oily fabric of the tail end.
Yes, I hear commotion.
This isn't the time.
Right, just want to see if I can get... There was a guy kind of down here who was selling stuff. I don't remember where he was exactly, though. Can we get to him, or is he sodded off? I think he was here. It looks like he's gone, unfortunately.
I'm all out.
Yeah.
Shit.
Put your damn gun down.
Shut up.
This is the scab.
Right, let's get to where we are.
Very...
This is a misunderstanding.
The Kipt is merciful.
You are all...
Ease.
Wait till we just lunge in.
Nest in...
Fuck.
This third, the lieutenant is genuinely worried.
My plan is not to get killed if this turns into a firefight.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance.
I think he's calmed down a bit. No, he didn't. He's about to open fire.
So which one is it? Who's right?
He is. I was wrong.
Pig fuck!
Easy now. No one needs to die here today.
Oh, people are gonna die today. We're not leaving it like this. These tribals hung him up for everyone to see.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, the blue medicinal spirit in your hand seems to have a pulsating glow. It feels enticing somehow.
All right, end game. Light me on fire and throw me in his face.
Even if it comes to a fight, it's a good idea to get under his skin first. No, please. Peace. It has worked this far. Start with the first idea you have. Move down from that.
Okay, what we got? Where's Klaasje? You're all drunk, look at yourselves. Suggestion we've got quite high, let's go with that.
Dangerous. Ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it.
Who are you?
Sergeant Major Raoul Cortiner, reporting in to burn this fucking mud hut to the ground.
He points at the Whirling-in-Rags.
As he moves, the interlocking pieces of his armor click softly.
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer. All sentenced to death while led.
Listen, you're Lely. Everyone says good things about him. He was a talker.
What do you mean, talker?
We've heard testimony. People say he was charismatic, a nice guy to be around.
Yeah, he liked to chat up the natives. Share leaflets, squeeze a bit of kit ass here and there. Great fucking idea that turned out to be.
He points towards the yard.
If Lely was here, he would spare the lot of you. Maybe shoot one for show. But me, I'm not a big fan of public affairs, clay monkey. I'll gun every one of you down for what you did.
Ready to open fire, Major. At your command.
He had blue eyes, didn't he, your colonel?
Baby blue, yeah. like someone fucked up and put a baby's eyes on a grown man.
He smiles, pulling his face in a strange way.
It was creepy, but bitches like that shit, I guess. Or, I don't know what bitches like. I just know how to mow down clots.
Your colonel didn't deserve to go out like that. I promise I will find his killer.
Find his killer? Cop, his killer stands right there, shitting his pants, and you're standing in the way, protecting them. I know what this tactic is, Silo Sam. You're gonna die for them. Right here. Today.
This did nothing. You think you were onto something? You just wasted time. Please, act.
I can't quick save. Okay, I don't think this is going to go any other way.
You throw the bomb and it's way off.
I want it to work. No, not taking this reality. Succeeding sounds more fun. We'll save when we get to the top this time. I've gone to all that trouble to make a weapon of mass destruction. And I want to use it. It's my new weapon. My weapon of choice. Yeah. So let's get past this bit and we'll actually save it this time.
Stop. Just, you are prepared. Snow gathers on the oily fabric of the...
Yes,
Good.
Right, be ready to take damage. That's what he says every time. Where are my clothes? Can I not save after that point? Yes, I can. Why can't I change my clothes? Yes, I can. It was that thing, was the hand-eye coordination one, and we're going to make a save. And we're going to run through.
I'm all up.
Put your...
This... Shh.
This is the kid. You are...
He is... Nest...
Fuck.
This... The lieutenant.
My plan, if this turns into a fire...
Let's go. So it kind of helped us out, sweet talking him last time.
No, he didn't. Oh, yes, he is.
Pig, fuck!
Oh, no one is...
With the leader.
All right!
I make all the same
Even
choices.
No, please. Peace. It has worked this far. Start with the first idea you have. Dangerous.
Yeah. Sergeant
as he moved.
For killing, maiming, fuck to you.
We've...
Yeah, if Lely...
Ready to open...
Hey, it was fuck to you.
We've artist...
Yeah, if Lely...
Ready to open fire.
But I know.
This...
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. No, I went too far. Sorry, was trying to fast forward through things, went a step too far. Let's try that again.
I'm all up.
Put your...
Shut up.
This is... something...
This the kid. You are...
He is... Nest...
Fuck.
This... The loop.
My plan, my plan is not to...
Let's go, Kim.
Get...
I think
not press the wrong button this time.
Oh,
Pig! Ah, yeah!
No one is...
With the leader.
All right!
Even if it... No, please. Peace. It has worked this far. Of course. Even better.
Don't...
Okay, yes. Immediate failure. Things are worse now. He's observing your every
try again
carefully.
when it lets me.
You throw the bomb.
Low game.
I'm all up.
Put your...
Shut up.
This is... something...
This the kid. You are...
He is... Nest...
Fuck.
This... The lieutenant...
My plan, if this turns into...
Right. Skip.
Get lost.
I think... No, he didn't. Oh...
Pig! Ah, yeah!
No...
With the leader.
All right!
Even if it... No, please. Peace. It's danger.
Yeah, Sergeant
as he moved.
For killing... Fuck, yeah, if Lely...
Ready to open...
Fuck,
We've artistic...
yeah, if Lely was...
Ready to open...
Find. I know what.
This
Right,
did
don't
nothing.
skip too far this
You
time.
think you were onto something?
Come on.
You just wasted time.
Come on, I want to pass the roll. It'd be much more funny to actually throw it in the right direction.
You throw the bomb.
Why do I never pass rolls I actually want to pass?
I'm all.
This nest.
Fuck.
This the loot.
My plan, if this turns into a...
Get.
I think no, he didn't. Oh, he
Pig fuck!
Oh, nope.
with the leader.
All right.
Even if it no, please, peace. It has worked this danger.
Yeah, so
As he moved.
for killing. Fuck do.
We've heard testimony.
Yeah, if Lely.
Ready to...
Fuck do you mean?
We've heard...
Yeah, if Lely.
Ready to open... Ready to open fire, Major.
Find him. I know what.
This did nothing. You
Come
think you were
on.
onto something? You just wasted time. Please. Act. With a crash of shattering glass and a terrible roar, the fire draws in oxygen. The bomb hits the mercenary in the chest, swallowing him in flames as he staggers backward. In the fiery inferno, you see your tie, coiling around the man's neck. It is no longer horrific, but beautiful and pure.
I only ever wanted you to have fun, Harry.
It calls out to you one last time. Wait! I didn't even know your name!
My name, should you know it, is Jobson AS Men's Fashion Model, Colourful Tie, Catalogue number J327.
How did I know so little about you? How did I... I know so little about you. How did we meet?
One day a sad man walked into a clothing store. He looked really darn like he hadn't had fun in years. He needed someone to show him how to rock and roll again. Jobson AS Catalogue number J327 shone on the tie rack, trying to get his attention. The sad man picked it up and put it on. He looked at himself in the mirror, didn't smile.
Nothing will ever heal me, but at least I'll have a funny tie.
And from that moment on, we rode together. The rest of your clothes were still normal back then, but we took care of that soon enough.
Did we have any fun?
Truthfully, not a lot. I did everything a multi-pattern necktie can do to help a man. I mean, I tried to get you to do all the fun things. Drink beer, drink wine, drink cider. Go to parties with young people around and drink beer and cider. Do drugs too, so you don't fall asleep. You had some fun, but not enough to heal you.
What's wrong with me?
Your heart is broken, Bratushka, and it cannot be mended. Believe me, I've tried.
Am I going to stay like this forever?
No, you're going to be mowed down by gunfire from the 2 remaining marks. So no, not forever.
Who broke my heart?
You both did, Bratan. Deep down, you know it was both of you.
No, it was her mostly. Don't lie to him, Necktie.
What's going on with that guy?
This guy, well, his face has cracked open into a scream of terror. It looks like he's performing some sort of a shamanistic dance that requires you to be on fire. Yeah, his body contorts in a very disturbing manner. There's no mincing words with this one. He's dying a horrible, painful death as you're talking to your tie in your head. Smells like a steak on the grill. The burning flesh in your nostrils.
May you find peace in death.
It's good to see you still have capacity for compassion, my friend. Deep down, you are a good man.
Goodbye, Necktie.
See you on the other side.
The necktie disintegrates into molten heat, its last remaining embers letting out a pop and a crack that sounds like...
Harry, for God's sake! Watch out!
To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady, but the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly.
Kim! Where's Kim?
From the corner of your eye, you see the lieutenant raise his pistol and aim it at Rude.
Link, think.
You stare down the barrel of the gun. You see Rude's mask behind it, his eyes in the slit of the helmet, like a camera lens, focusing on you. 0.4 seconds remain. There are 6 little black dots in the tip of the barrel, like a honeycomb. This is a knock cannon. It shoots 6 rounds in one pull of the trigger. God, you're so frail. Too frail to think further. Time is running out.
I'm sorry, Kim.
A low shot rings. You feel a tapping, like rain on your chest plate. Heavy drops of rain. Then the sound of dice rolling as the cuirass distributes the shot evenly from plate to plate. You got hit. The armor took most of it, but still your ribcage burns. Feels like blood is slowly seeping into your lungs.
God, please.
Lieutenant says quietly without trembling. He aims, face pale.
2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but it misses. You hear a scream behind you.
Kim, did he hit the rifleman?
Blood gushes from the helmet's eye sockets as Rude staggers back, disoriented. The sounds coming from his helmet are not human. An unbelievable shot from the lieutenant.
Who screamed?
Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of them like red geysers. Oh God, watch out. You see 2 crazed eyes stare at you through the burning meat and the flames. With his face boiling off, the man raises his pistol at you. Then he squeezes the trigger.
I look at the burning man in the eye.
The look of vengeance framed by melting skin. This is the last thing he will do on Earth. But he will do it. He will end you. Here it comes. Death.
Yep, this is looking like death, guys. Oh, nice knowing you. Reaction speed impossible. 3%. I evade the shot.
You can't. There is no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire, and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark. A distant blur as you recede into it.
I listen through the darkness and the pain.
The Hardie Boys are screaming, fighting, dying. Someone jumps over you. Nearby gunfire shatters glass.
Stop! The cop! Protect the cop! He's down!
I touch my lower body.
Feels slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened there. Even clutching to your consciousness takes everything you got.
What parts of me are missing?
Most of what's down there.
Oh God.
It's all gone. Open your eyes now. You have to see what's happening. No. It's just a fear. Even if... Who cares? No one wants you anyway.
I try to open my eyes. What do I see?
Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them. Like a hellish play.
You're bleeding out.
Out of it, a silhouette appears, crouching over you. You hear a familiar voice filled with urgency and fear. Live fast, die old. I wince from the pain.
Yes, keep talking. Stay awake. Look at me.
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the sounds ever more distant. And the cold comes over you. The lieutenant, too, is somewhere far away, almost gone, when suddenly you sense something behind him, a slender white shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising her pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands.
No! Kim!
No, you say, and hand out your firearm to him. Your hand trembles and your eyes are full of fear. That's all it takes. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant moves like a spring unloaded. He grabs the gun from your bloody hand and fires behind him. You hear a faint scream, a woman's. Then the sound disappears, like someone pressed stop on the tape. The woman is gone. So is Kim. Then the whole world.
I fall into total darkness.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
Will I be a ghost now?
Brother, you already were a ghost. Up there screaming along with all of them, scaring each other, haunting each other. It's the living who are ghosts. The dead are silent. They don't rattle windows or write letters in blood. The living do. Leave them behind. Rest.
No, let me back into the fight.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. Take the door. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Of the hours, hurting, moaning in his sleep, and rotting, and being disinfected, and smelling of drugs, and feeling saliva in his mouth, drifting in painkillers, thrashing in his wound sleep.
He can't go. Not before the case is solved. There is a radio in the distance, a radio of the world, playing sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Soon we will return to the world.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call. It was him. He is the infernal engine. He never stops. He only gets worse.
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple, from the pain.
Kim.
Sunrise, Parabellum.
The lieutenant says he's in the middle of a freshly cleaned room with a fan above his head like a halo. His face is covered in bruises. Ouch.
It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off.
This room, it's clean.
Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day.
How long have I been out?
2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse. And drink water.
The piss jacket, Kim. You took it off.
Yes. The joke wasn't funny anymore. I took it off.
What did you say? Sunrise.
Sunrise Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying.
Is it war today?
The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I am relieved to say.
He looks out the window.
I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely.
Good.
Yes, we have also completely failed. But that's okay.
What happened?
What happened? You threw an improvised petroleum bomb at the Major. A firefight ensued.
The tie made me do it.
He does not answer, and searches for something in his coat pocket instead. A smoke, most likely.
Is he dead?
Very. He died in the hospital.
A blood-stained killer.
Swallow.
As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He hit the cuirass. I heard it go off. I was looking for a clear line of sight to him.
He sounds a tiny bit sorry he did not find it before you got hit.
I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. He did not survive.
There's a pause.
This is not the first person to die in his place. He goes on.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They both died before they made it to intensive care. Titus survives. So do Alain and the musician. I forget his name.
Eugene.
Yes. He's still alive too.
I nod.
You were bleeding out. You said something, I don't know what. And you warned me. I was able to disarm Officer DePaul before she got the jump on me.
Thank you.
I killed her. And that's what happened.
I thought you only smoked one a day.
This is the one.
And they're all dead? All three of the contractors?
DePaul was the last to die. Everhart had their bodies returned to Crenel for a funeral. The company is yet to retaliate.
Why?
Because we deterred them? Or Joyce did? Maybe the harbor in full lockdown is too costly a target. Or maybe...
He breathes in the fumes, thinking.
Maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. I don't know.
How many casualties on the Union side, total?
4. Glenn, Theo, Shanky, and Angus. The fat one, he took a lot of bullets.
And that's?
All.
I don't see how it could have gone any better. It's a total shit show, Kim.
Yes, officer. 7 people are dead. It's not a success.
+1. Ruby.
But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The mercenary tribunal is neutralized. The worst scenario has not materialized yet. And we are still alive. Both of us.
How bad am I hurt?
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. It appears no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was removed and a bacterial infection treated with mercurochrome. The bruising in your shoulder is negligible. The armor took the brunt of the fire.
Can I walk?
We will see.
If it's possible, then by pure willpower alone, you are going to have to become a psycho-locomotor.
I'm a psycho-locomotor.
Good. You'll need to be. Whatever that is.
Has anyone from my station been to see me?
No.
A man and a woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving. The man lights a cigarette. Jean Vicmer is his name. The asphalt vanishes under the wheels of the machine. Ahead, harbor cranes rise to the sky. Back to that shithole, he says.
They don't care about me at all.
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site.
Odd. You haven't seen any, have you?
I'm sure they're worried about you.
If not my station, then who treated me?
I did.
Thank you.
No need.
Are you hurt?
Not very. I have a concussion from that woman beating me with the butt of her gun. I tried to not move too much. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see her coming. Stupid of me.
Okay.
Easy now.
The lieutenant turns double again. Before your eyes, an orange hue of pain.
How are you?
My disco days are done.
Your disco days should have been done quite a while back, Lieutenant Liefreiter.
What happens now, Kim?
I honestly don't know.
You don't know?
We can't talk to Everhart. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. Joyce has left too. We never got to know what she would have told us. I'm sure it was important.
The Wild Pines representative?
Yes, Joyce Messier. On the boat, you know? She could have helped us. It's clear the mercenaries were working for Wild Pines. at least partially.
I'd totally forgotten she existed. Maybe we should have talked to her. He looks out the window.
It's a little late to elicit her support now. Ruby's gone, and Klaasje too. We really should have arrested her, you know.
Wait, Klaasje's gone too?
Oh, yes. She left 20 minutes prior to the tribunal showing up. I asked Mr. Gart. Turns out it was a bad idea not to arrest her. But maybe it was a good deed that will pay off in heaven.
You see info? I'm pretty sure you said not to arrest her. Just putting that out there.
Who would have figured?
Who did it then, Kim? Who killed the hanged man?
That was our job to find out, wasn't it? Honestly, I just don't know. Our circle of suspects is dead and gone. It's not a circle at all. It's a ruin. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect.
Okay, so once more, Klaasje has escaped.
Absolutely. There's no other way to go about it. We screwed up.
He's made his peace with it. He's had time to do so.
This is because I'm a La Puta Madre peon, isn't it?
Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol West are his peonies. Even if you are, it is not a decisive factor in this case. What?
Sorry, the fucking Maybells, Kim. The flowers. What? I yank out the dried flower and it falls to pieces. This one, remember?
Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to keep everything.
What are you saying there, info? Oh, that Harry looks like an actual detective. Yeah, I have managed to put on the right combination of clothes, haven't I? I was just going for the stats to not get shot to death. What about the hole in the wall? Someone was checking her out.
I don't know. That's been there for years.
The goddamn footprints.
Yes. God cursed the footprints, not solving the case for us. Au diable.
There's still a 28% possibility the shot came from a distance.
We should go upstairs, rethink the ballistics in situ. I agree with this. What else?
See? There's that. You can do ballistics.
An antique bullet from a Belle Margrave 4.46mm. How hard can it be to find one? How hard can it be?
It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around. We found one. All completely unusable. It's precisely how easy it is to find one that makes the bullet useless.
There are all these old bunkers and weapon caches. Revolutionary era.
We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them.
But they seemed so mysterious.
I can't believe they're fucking useless.
No need to be melodramatic.
Something is creeping around out there. I sense it.
What is?
Something.
Something.
He repeats it. Doesn't sound like he's enthused about this something. The miracle hasn't happened yet. It's not over yet.
He does not know what to reply. Looks out of the window, then back at you. It's morning outside. You think.
You know what I think about solving crimes?
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
Solving crimes is almost impossible.
It can feel that way sometimes, yes.
He sounds surprisingly weary. That concussion must be making him dizzy.
You're not ready to give up, are you?
No. Are you ready to limp?
I'm ready.
Good. Where do you want to limp to?
A gust of wind blows in from the bay. The duraluminum box around you vibrates imperceptibly. A familiar cold, a red thread on the roof upstairs. Taut, plucked like a string by the gust.
We should check out Miss Katerina Alagi's room upstairs.
Why not?
He extinguishes a cigarette on the sole of his boot.
Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better.
Okay, info. Potentially last level? Want to level me up? What do you think will be useful for what's to come? Oh, was that inland? Okay. Our final point in Inland Empire there. We only have a few quests remaining by the look of it. Am I La Puta Madre's peon? Ouch, that leg hurts. Maybe if you don't run it'll be okay. Oh no, it's that door, isn't it? Looks like she's left something on the table.
Next to the stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines jotted down in large, uneven handwriting, just as the writer was about to rush out the door. I'm sorry, I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs.
A gift?
The lieutenant turns to the staircase suspiciously, looking for any signs of another presence in the shadows above. What could the gift be?
I am not drawing my gun. Yet. But I don't like gifts.
He says he's not, but his hand moves instinctively toward his holster as he studies the note. Just don't walk into another radio trap, okay? Relax. Not everyone is out to trap you.
Seems like she left in a hurry.
It's hardly surprising.
You know, I'm gonna put my favourite jacket back on. Info's right, I look too much like a cop. Is there anything in her room that we haven't looked at before we go up?
The medicine pity.
I was kind of hoping the gift would be in here.
I always took you for more of a drunk than a chemical abuser, Lieutenant Hefreiter. Should we go?
She really cleaned this out.
Mm-hmm. She certainly had her priorities straight when she was packing.
Oh, what's hitting me out over there? The alarm is set for 9:50 AM. Why is there an alarm in the bathroom? Unless I'm reading it through the wall there. Come on, Kim, don't block the door. A red thread made out of nylon. It leads out of the room and onto the roof. She made me like a ballistics line.
You see the same two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman, only now a red thread bisects the room, pointing from the antenna outside to the cupboard on the wall.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
The lieutenant tests the thread with his finger. Drawn taut, it rebounds instantly.
A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside, A prime, to then widen into a radius of locations in Martinez, B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime.
Where does the thread lead?
It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof, B triple prime, the island in the bay.
Is she trying to tell us the shot came from the aisle?
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point.
How did she know to do this?
She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass. It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her?
This is her way of saying she's sorry.
I find that hard to believe. But at this point, what difference does it make?
This is also one of the few places in Martinez we haven't been to.
So it is.
For a second he seems tired.
You seem unenthusiastic.
I just haven't gotten a lot of sleep these past few days.
He doesn't really believe this will yield anything.
Maybe we need to go to the island. Lieutenant sighs, looking into the cold distance across the water.
He is trying to justify it to himself. He sees danger. Another trap, perhaps. He must be cautious for a reason. This man has decades of experience.
I don't have anything to say. This is just something we have to do, Kim.
I understand.
You're not afraid, are you?
No, I just don't want to walk into another embarrassment. I am a creature of pride, you see. I'm afraid of becoming a joke.
It's not something he's proud of, but that's the way it is.
I'm gonna go to the island. Are you in?
Of course. I'm in.
He takes a second to gather himself and then says,
How do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone.
Lillian, the net picker. She's tarring her boat.
Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go.
Okay, let's just see if there's anything else out there. The thread is tied to the antenna. No, there is nothing more. Might go down the back way, just out of curiosity, though. Yeah, just in case there's anything further in here.
You clearly...
Jackpot. These and...
No, we've already checked that. Yeah, doesn't look like there's anything new. We already played pinball. See who we got to chat to on the way out. Hey, Gata.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
I did, thank you. Big improvement.
You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended this establishment and its clientele from gunfire. I give credit where credit is due, and that was a crazy move. Crazy effective. Petroleum bomb. Never seen anything like that. I was there until it struck him. Crawled inside then. Bullets started flying. Anyway.
He clears his throat.
He really wants you to realize that he was also on the balcony looking by. In the danger zone, so to say.
I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free, the drinks are not. It just felt I needed to specify that.
Where did everyone go?
Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business.
Okay, so I have to mention, when it happened, you were right out there, on the balcony.
Yeah, I was, yeah. That's because I'm a bad ass.
It really took courage. Don't pick at him.
Yeah, I guess you are a badass.
Yeah, I don't know. Clients were panicking. And also, I guess I sort of found out that I don't give a shit if I die.
He means it. It's not just boasting. It's something he discovered about himself. Stepping onto that balcony.
Alright, thanks.
No problem. They'll come back. They always do.
Good old Gart. Alright, who else have we got that's still around? This guy who never talks to me. It's all about money, you know. Oh, we still got our 3 remaining Hardie Boys.
Seeing you approach, the bruised man raises his bear in welcome.
Crazy motherfucker. Didn't think you had that fury in you. But I guess I've misjudged a lot of people lately. There I was, thinking, where are we gonna find a tin opener large enough for those cans? Then Capo Loco shows up and just sets a man on fire. Impressive shit, Copper. None of us would be breathing right now if it wasn't for... I guess what I'm trying to say here is, thank you.
This is big. It's as big of a thank you as Titus Hardie can muster under any circumstances.
I shake his hand. I superstarred the shit out of that.
Dick Mullen on steroids. Glenn would have liked you had he gotten to... Never mind.
There's a lump in his throat when he thinks of Glenn. Lying on the plaza mosaic. Bleeding.
I'm sorry about the people you lost.
Theo was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine him withering away on a sickbed. But Angus... he was just a stupid kid. Didn't realize the mess he'd gotten into. Trusted me. Still, the balls on that kid. Went down fighting for someone else's shit like a fat, angry bear.
Here it comes. The last one is the worst one. He only deals with it by drinking copious amounts of 8% beer. An honest tactic. And effective.
And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I loved that crazy homo like my own brother.
We're all fucked without him. But what do? This job is shit.
Hold on, where's the Shanky fella?
Dennis, that poor little rat is dead too. I always thought he'd run. But no, he stayed. Stupid, brave fella.
He didn't like him. That only makes it worse.
They were good people. I'm sorry it went like that.
Well, yeah. Memento mori. Right.
What does that mean?
It means you might die tomorrow. So live every day like it's your last. Ain't that right, fellas?
Absolutely. Today, I'm going to get drunk, eat good food, and bed a good-looking girl. 'Cause tomorrow, a motor carriage might run me over.
Or you might die of a heart failure. Or syphilis.
Hey, fuck you for ruining a beautiful idea.
What's going to happen to the Hardie Boys now?
I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows there who'd love nothing more than advancing social democracy by busting some heads. Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows, and maybe wants to have some fun with his brother. Anyway, don't you worry. As long as Titus Hardie's standing, there will be Hardie Boys.
Do you know what happened to Klaasje?
Don't know? Don't care. I'll be glad if I never see that fucking woman again.
Even after all that hell, he's still bitter about her?
Titus, after all we've been through, level with me. You really liked her, didn't you?
Nope.
He did.
Same here, man.
He shrugs and tries to look uninterested.
Do you have any idea what I should do now?
Judging by the sight of you, I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a big tit in the other.
Yeah, go pay Monica a visit in Janrock. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Biggest pair of milkers in all Rebacho.
Hell, you both look like you could use some feminine company right now.
Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Alain. I do always appreciate a good use of the expression milkers.
You're welcome, Bina Claude. You're all right in my book.
So long, fellas. Be good so I don't have to come back here again.
Take care, coppers. You too look after yourselves now. Death passed on you today, but men don't get that lucky twice.
Copo loco. And normal cop, I guess. Good luck in Shamrock. Scars make the best tattoos, they say.
Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of cops would step into that line of fire, but you did.
And if you ever feel like the uniform is holding you back, I've got a few vacancies. You'd make one hard Hardie Boy, copper.
And Titus Hardie himself would make a good officer. That man was born to lead.
The RCM could really use a man like you, Titus. Think about it.
I will, capo. That's a promise. Now scoot, 'cause the Hardie Boys got some mourning and drinking to do.
I've got a trophy there called some like Hardie Heroes.
Take it easy on the drink. The danger has not passed. This town needs you on your feet.
Good point, Bino Claude. We'll keep the vol under 12% tonight.
Can't talk to the other two Hardies behind him. Let's just keep going out then. So we've got to get to the fishing village and the... Whoa, what the hell?
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil. This was Cindy the Skull.
Looks like Cindy the Skull finally found the words for her masterpiece.
The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Looks like it, yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday.
Wonder what it says. I presume it's French, but I don't speak French.
And blood. Some of it is even yours.
Heavy fuel oil and blood.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable?
What are you trying to imply, Fingers?
You could buy some smokes, light up a ciggy and throw it in there. You know, just to see what happens. See if it's flammable. It's better that way. Safer.
I absolutely must do that. Right. To the off license. Rask.
The tear machine stands in the corner.
Right.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs.
Actually, we can do some of that too.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Okay. Can we buy cigarettes from her? Wish I hadn't given them to Kuno now.
Is this about the question?
Can we buy cigarettes from here? What's that?
You see several packaged raincoats fill a...
Here you go.
Okay, I've got tons of cash. Let's have a raincoat too. Can we buy
A
cigarettes?
small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They...
Kind of assumed we would be able to in here. That was just raincoats. What was that thing?
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says...
Oh, wait, over ahead.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer. The bottles wink at you in the light. The smokes too glitter in their wrapping. It's like looking into a kind of heaven. Your knees are weak. There, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
I say nothing, I just take it in.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health, but I guess you already know that.
Don't ask, don't look, don't do anything here. Just go away. Get back to work. Know this, you will never finish your alcohol quest if you don't buy beautiful alcohol.
Here you go, mister.
Okay, we got some smokes. Let's go light up some art. Stand back, Kim. I'm making art.
The graffito has been painted over. This was Cindy the Sky.
Step back, Lieutenant. I set the graffito on fire with a lit cigarette.
The fuel oil catches fire immediately with an ominous hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the letters. Black smoke rises from the burning message. What if the words are not directed at the people of Martinaise, or even the coalition aerostatics above the city? They're meant for something above even those.
Disco Elysium.
The lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at your face illuminated by the flames and nods silently. Then the fire falters. The flames warmed him too. Not at all in a bad way.
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the flames subside, the fuel burning out. The air still smells of mazout and springtime.
Oh, that was cool. Just want to see if we can call the precinct before we head over to the island.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
I pick up the radio again.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Precinct 57, we've been attacked, I repeat. Lieutenant Kim Kazuragi and I...
Something is wrong. Only static hisses through the speaker.
Hello?
No reply. Only the mindless drone of static crawling through the air.
It's been this way for a while now. My guess is the Union is listening in on our conversations and jamming outward communications to protect themselves from Cronel. It only happens when someone mentions the attack. The rest is unaffected. Our best bet is to carry on like nothing happened. That is, if we don't want us cut off the grid completely.
Isn't that dangerous?
No more dangerous than stepping between 3 armed mercenaries and 8 Union men, I hope.
He glances over his shoulder.
I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. The street seems safe enough to me. If anything, taking out the mercs made things calmer. For now.
He flicks off the radio. Silence.
You can try calling again. Just don't mention the tribunal. And remember, they are listening in.
They're shutting you up. Silencing you. Don't fucking drop your guard. Everything sounds okay. No drumbeat of total war yet. If anything, everything sounds too okay. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Alice, this is Firewalker. Reconnect me to the 41st.
Right. Please.
10-4, come in. Firewalker, over.
I'm happy to report that I have found my badge, Jules.
10-4, sir. Glad to hear that. I'll write down that there is no need to issue a new one to you then. Over.
Feels good to get that off your chest, right? Celebration with beer?
Jules, I've heard from some people that they think of me as a La Puta Madre peon. Do you think I'm corrupted?
10-4, sir. Well, there's been some talk, sir.
Some talk? What does that even mean, there's been some talk? Do you think I'm corrupt or not?
I only meant that there's been some talk in the station, that's all. But there's always some talk in the station. You know how officers in Jamrock are. But then again, some of us truly are on the take. It's unfortunate. Over. Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
That was everything.
57.
In the cabin, you see a
Oh, what happens if they...
57. Just a second. Sylvie Malaika on the line for you, officer. Yes. Hello?
Hey, Sylvie, it's the police again.
Oh, great. What else do you need, detective?
Have you seen my gun?
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective.
I showed you my gun. When did that happen?
You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating and...
Sounds like it's going to be bad. Do you really want to know?
And what? What did I do?
You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes.
Some poor sod was trying to eat his pudding while you were screaming, spit flying, imitating the mercy shot right next to him. Spat some in his food. I don't think he touched it after. People tried to back away from you, or even slip out of the door. But you screamed. I am the goddamned law, and you have to listen to me. You are all suspects in a murder investigation.
I think I already had this conversation with her.
No idea. It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask.
You hear...
Anything else I can help you with?
Let's get out.
In the cabin, you see a set.
Don't think we're ever going to find my gun at this stage, but I have found another gun, so I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, another level we got there as well. So what should we do? You've maxed out inland, but we've still got a few that you can level there. Well, no, seriously, we've got a lot you can level there. What do you think we're going to need, guys? If only we'd been better at motoristics for that gunfight. Info says suggestion. Okay, suggestion it is. So we need to cross back over to the fishing village. I realise now I could have teleported, but we might as well walk there now because we're as close, I think. And across we go. Down the little hill. I guess we need Lillian's boat, from what they were saying. That's the old woman. We've gone too far. She was on the boardwalk.
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible.
She sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee.
You seem angry. Why?
Look at you. You can barely walk.
Oh, it's nothing.
Doesn't look like nothing. Looks like you've got banged up real good. What happened to you anyway? We heard gunshots from the town. They were closer than usual.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
You should see the other guys. They're dead.
So you're a killer? That's good, I guess. Better than being dead.
I'm not a killer, I'm a cop.
Aye. I guess you are. I understand that's how it goes.
I've got a question for you.
Of course. Can I help you with something?
We need to get to that island. I point to it.
That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tide just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead.
Can we borrow your boat?
If you promise to bring it back. And no scraping the hull. I just got it nice and yellow. And no drinking on the boat. And no joyriding either.
Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or two. Official police business.
Aye.
I nod along attentively.
The crow's feet disappear from the corners of her eyes as she smiles at you.
2 days of sunshine? I just got a bacterial infection.
I'm sad to hear that. Take care of that with ether, will you? Don't get too many RCM men round here. We sad to lose the first one.
That's cool. You boasting your bacterial infection like that.
What's on the island? Nothing, just ruins. Used to be some kind of fortification over there before the war for the communards. An anti-aircraft gun, I think. Bombed to bits in the landing. I haven't been there myself, always stayed clear of it.
Who has been there?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me. Hundreds, maybe thousands even. The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do. On barges. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such.
Which kids?
The twins. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge.
Can we maybe ask your twins about that place before we go? Would that be alright?
Be my guest. They've a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything useful out of them. I seldom do.
Is there anything I should know about getting there?
Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deep there.
Thank you. We'll use your skiff to get there then.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small tank.
Okay, let's go talk to the boys and then get on our boat. Are the weird, creepy boys still down here? Yep.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Okay, kids, you've been to that island, right?
On that island?
The one who's busy kicking the stone points to the bay. Yes, that's the one. I need to know what's there.
That's, nothing. It's just a seafort and some plants. You can take a raft there. It's great. And we make a fire. We make a fire. Mm-hmm. Gather the sticks for the fire. And bullets. Or not real bullets, empty bullets.
What then?
There it lies. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out.
Someone lives on the island?
No.
The boy answers, shaking his head vehemently.
Yes.
His brother looks at him, then you.
Let's go with yes.
Why is he the fire guy?
Because
The boy pauses to think.
he asks to put the fire out.
Why does he ask you to put the fire out?
I don't know. He doesn't like it. He don't like people to be there. You shouldn't go. Yes.
The other one adds laconically, standing with his hands glued to his sides like a little soldier.
A suspicious request, made out of fear.
You mentioned something about lights.
I don't know.
Did you mean there are electrical lights?
He points to the street light.
Yes.
The boy looks at his toes. Is there something else you can tell me about this guy? Age? Does he live there?
No, he doesn't live there. I don't think. No, he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes.
Anything else? What does this guy look like?
I don't know.
They say almost in unison. How come?
We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be there.
Your father used to go to the island too, didn't he?
Our father killed himself. Don't say that, he didn't.
The boy's eyes well up like he's about to cry. Your father didn't kill himself.
I don't know.
The boy remains to claim, finds himself unsure. He looks around.
Doesn't even have anything to do with this, you. Father isn't the fire guy.
Is that all you know? Is there anything more you can tell me about the island?
There's
The boy says, rubbing his eyes. It's clear he has no intention of finishing the sentence.
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that island.
Okay, let's get back to the boat.
A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. Are you sure you want to go now? Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
You take the engine, Kim. I'll hold the boombox.
What?
What? How else do we blast Sad FM on our way to the island?
Fine. Let's blast Sad FM then.
We get in and ride to the island.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Eternally. Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Eternally.
boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then there's silence. In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance. There is very little wind here today. The ghost is standing still. You look at your arms, then the cliffs above you. Let's go.
Okay, we made it to the island. A makeshift bridge. The bombs were powerful enough to break the foundation. These tires are falling apart. They're at least 50 years old. I guess we're meant to be heading up that staircase. Oh, there's some reeds over there. Yeah. The rusted chain trails off into the ocean. These stairs feel ancient. Soldiers' feet ran up them long ago. Attention, inflammable. Some fuel has leaked out of the barrel, black and viscous. There's a lingering trace of mazout in the air.
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far away, birds' wings touch the still surface of the sea.
What is that flutter?
The flock of quail departs. Now more than 100 meters away. 102, 105.
Underneath the flutter?
On the islet, there is almost no wind. Just the light movement of air through the reeds. Bulrushes swaying on the waterline. Long dried leaves chafing against each other. The great ghost of the air is holding its breath.
To the west?
A silent hiss. Sea air moving through the needles of a pine tree.
To the east?
The faraway roar of the city, distant like today's dream. Before it, the sound of sand. The low tide filtered through its grains. A bird tending to its feathers.
Ahead?
A low hum. The air slowly moves through a concrete box, through its ancient slits and cracks, resonating, hollow. A big building.
Beyond that, further north.
Air flows out of a pillbox window. There is very little there. The air cossets flowers on a meadow. Absolute silence. Reeds motionless. Bulrushes motionless. A drop of rain falls on a black log of an extinguished campfire.
Below the silence.
Col de Mamadakwa. We are way out now. Way out in the west.
Kim.
Yes?
It's pretty silent on this island.
It is. Is that why we are stopping?
Wait, I have to listen to one more thing.
The lieutenant nods in silence.
Okay, I'm not sure whether you just did that. Let's keep looking around. Warm air from inside the building. It's warmer in there than it is out here. As far as says ICM, you see a little star with specks in it. No way to get up there, the stairs are gone. Oh, we're on a walkway, I didn't realise. Careful, these stairs have collapsed. This was once an armament rest. Books, mostly fantastique and historical fiction. Dishes stained with sauce and fire, a survivor's kitchen.
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft cover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracol blanket.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
How recently?
You force the rest of the sentence out through pain, thick as molasses, no longer able to hear yourself speak.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
Okay, maybe it'll heal me.
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. Like a dog, you lie there. The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour, maybe. The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close. Until...
Until?
You feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening. Sleep.
Did that heal me? Or am I having a weird-ass dream? The lieutenant is no longer here. Go outside to the beach. The door is still here, closed. Feels strange somehow that you can't get in. How the hell do I get out? Okay, there's gotta be something I've missed. Let's try the other way. Why can't I get out? That made me jump, that was just me zooming out too far. How do I get out of here? Can't use my inventory either. Gotta stop pressing that button. There's gotta be a way out of this building. Oh, I can get under there. Let's try that. Go down the chain. There's something there. Walk into the water now. You see her footprints on the water. Further.
Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry. Okay, don't say you need to talk right away. Melt the ice first. This way you're already talking, but you don't even want to talk to her. She would only be cold and mean. Let her go.
Hey.
Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. Well, how are you doing, Harry?
I'm in my head. I miss you.
Well, I'm in my head too. We're all in our heads.
Do you miss me there?
Sometimes. Not as often as I used to. So much time has passed. More than it seems here.
She stares at her feet, the zebra stripes on the intersection. The lights of the video rental glow in her hair.
This is everything I always warned you about.
Something is off.
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to...
She stops mid-sentence and glances to her right, then looks at her bag.
She means she doesn't have time to tend to your emotions.
You don't have time to tend to my emotions?
She sighs and looks over her shoulder. What are you doing? Stop saying things like that.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Morova. to live there, in Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
What's in the bag?
Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, the crown of immortality.
The crown of immortality? Aren't you already wearing one?
Oh, this.
She corrects the wreath on her forehead.
This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Then, over her shoulder, silence. Her nuptial gown flows in the wind, wraps around her holy body.
Anyway.
Your skin is holy and soft.
No, Harry. It's just regular skin. I'm not as beautiful as you always thought I was. Let's not get into.
You are. None of the others are as beautiful as you.
She does not answer. There's that expression again. Silence. A distant wind blows. You can't think of anything pretty to say.
Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk. We need to have one more massive epic showdown.
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really, we don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us, our love, our unborn daughters, it's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
I know that you still love me. I kiss her.
With your feet trembling from the steps you took, tepid and fearful, you stand against her, her body close to you, radiating warmth. With your eyes closed, you move your lips on her mouth. She is not kissing you back.
I succeeded.
This was not about failure or success. This was always going to be horror. I should not have suggested it, and you should not have listened to me.
I feel her breath.
Her chest rising like a pillow, warm exhalations against the side of your mouth, her tender soul moving through her lungs, hidden, distant, kept safe from you.
Her cheek against mine.
Feels like soft fuzz, a bird covered in down feathers, brushing against your broken capillaries.
Cold silver against my forehead.
The delicate wreath on her forehead pressing into your temple. The silver is cold from the spring evening air.
I squeeze her wrist.
Her hand does not return the grip. Her body is rigid. A current of unease courses through it.
I move my mouth.
Nothing, just pillows against you. Unresponsive, but for the taste of apricots.
You're not kissing me back.
The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours. Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew and you held on to her hand, she tried not to look at your face and see the expression there. Brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you.
You didn't kiss me back.
She breathes out heavily, as if something painful has passed through her, and shakes her head.
I thought you would. I know you still love me. You can't not.
She shakes her head one more time. The evening wind rustles her hair, blowing old newspapers and fast food wrappings down the street.
Why didn't you kiss me back?
Why did you do that to yourself? You know I don't cheat, Harry. I never cheated on you.
Well, that's it then.
No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see.
She slides her hands down her chest and onto her lower stomach. She smiles.
I'm pregnant.
Is it mine?
Of course not.
She looks down at her belly, then up into your old eyes.
I terminated yours. Don't you remember? You poor fuck. Poverty-stricken fuck. Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions. Let's talk about something else.
No, this has to end. Do the last one. More questions. Ask more.
But that's not a very good way for things to be.
It's not. But...
She looks at her feet. Little golden sandals cover her toes. But what? Tell me there's something good.
I don't know why I said but. There is no but.
Then that's it?
That's it, yes. We've talked about it 1,000,000 times. You will get over it, just like I did. People do. Things will get good for you again.
I'm not getting over it at all.
It just takes some time. For you, I think it will take something like 20 years, maybe? It was hard for me too, you know. I used to think I couldn't live without you.
She looks you straight in the eye. Her irises are light blue, flexed with green.
But I can.
She keeps her shoulders squared and her back straight. But it's clear, you're still making her sad.
20 years? That's so much time.
Yes. It only took me 1 year, maybe 2. Phew.
So you felt that way once? Then you cannot live without me?
Yes. But that time is gone now. So very gone.
Your innocence, Dolores Day. I'm so sorry I made you sad.
It's okay.
It doesn't have to be like this. Maybe we could try again.
No, Harry. We can't.
Why?
We already tried again, and it didn't work.
Let's try building communism twice. If it doesn't work, let's abandon it and be slaves to it forever instead.
Yes, of course. I'm bourgeois because I don't want to keep hurting you.
She looks away from you. Okay, I won't ask any more.
She does not seem relieved at all. Glances over her shoulder, then at you. The neon sign of the video rental glows behind her.
Mass murderer.
That is very contested by modern historians. Very contested. Plus, you're only saying this because things didn't work out between us. I have to go to the aerodrome now. I don't have time to defend myself from these accusations.
Stop making her angry. She won't start loving you again if you call her a mass murderer. Seriously.
Would you say that you haven't behaved like a mass murderer with me?
You were very bad to me too. We've talked about it like 7 million times now. I don't want to do that anymore.
You're not even human.
I am actually very ordinary, Harry. Below this gown and wreath, I have an ordinary soul and ordinary thoughts. The only thing inhuman about me is this. This thing you've made me into. I'm sorry for saying so, but I just hate it. What is this? This is so far gone, Harry. I don't even...
No, you're special. You had glowing lungs.
My lungs do not glow, Harry. I am just like all the others. None of us have glowing lungs. Stop making me into some kind of...
Then it's you. You will make her lungs glow. Your pain is not meaningless.
I forgive that you're pregnant. I can deal with it, just...
Oh, Harry. I don't need you to forgive. It's a good thing for me. It's good news. Why aren't you smiling more?
A warm gust wraps her gown around her waist and between her thighs. All the roads will miss her footsteps when she's gone from here. A completely different world.
I want to go back to the completely different world. The see-through world with you.
Please, Harry. I don't understand what you're saying. You're pitiful and frightening. A smoky apparition of its former self.
Don't go.
I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30. I'm gonna go now.
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything. You should go on without me.
Wait, can't we just sit down and have coffee first? There's a cafeteria on the corner.
No. That would only be painful and dull. At the aerodrome, life, love, and laughter are waiting for me. At the cafeteria, dust, hell, and tragic comedy.
Hold on, what is there to do in Mirova?
Light, life, culture. It's so much better than here. Everything here reminds me of you, and the horrible times we had. The nights we stayed up fighting for our dying love. I have to wipe it all off me and be clean again. I want to be a good person again. Not this. Not what you made me into.
But I swore I wouldn't let you go. You told me. You asked me to be this way.
That was someone else. I betrayed her, overwrote her, and I'm happier for it. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight.
She turns. Will we ever see each other again?
I won't see you, but you will see me.
How can that be?
Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Mirova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? 5 years ago?
Then how will I see you again then?
Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful. And young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum. Like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time. So long ago.
But this is intolerably bad.
Oh yes. This is real darkness. It's not death, or war, or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow.
You're up quick. How was your sleep?
My sleep was deep and invigorating. I tried to cover up the blood seeping out with my hands.
Of course. I was just thinking maybe you've torn your stitches. Are you ready to move on?
Actually, it was total annihilation, Kim.
I did not want to wake you. Perhaps I should have? Was it a job dream?
No, an ex-wife dream.
The lieutenant nods solemnly. I understand. We've all been through similar things. It can be overcome.
I swallow the blood and conclude. Let's comb the entire island, centimetre by centimetre. The next step is in the task chain.
Okay.
He replies simply.
He's still worried. You must have really thrashed and squealed in your sleep.
Oh, what disappeared in my bag? I am really not sure what the hell I picked up there. What am I even holding? Let's put something in my other hand. Where's the sword? There we go. Keep doing that. Let's try and zoom out further than I am. Oh, it looks like we've added the island to the map. I think that's all. Right, anyway, I've been running for a long, it's getting quite late. I have a horrible feeling there's at least an hour of gameplay left here. So I am just going to leave it tonight, and next time we will just conclude the game. So, anyway, I'm Kim, or Adverse Camper 42. Thanks for bearing with me, as always. My main stream is live Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 PM GMT and Saturdays at 5 PM GMT. And on Monday we'll be starting a brand new game. It's Star Wars Jedi Survivor on PlayStation 5. I am also currently playing Poppy Playtime on Sunday mornings, which will be tomorrow. If you're interested in watching that, please do check it out. It's not a set time. I work to GMT and it will be in the morning. But if you follow the Adverse Camber 42 Twitter and Blue Sky accounts, I'll always give you the heads up when I'm going to pop on and play. So I'll give you the heads up for Poppy Playtime and for the final installment of Disco Elysium when we do play that, because this is just as and when I have a couple of free hours. I also have an Adverse Camber 42 YouTube channel where old episodes are put up, usually within a day of airing here. If you want to catch up on the plot of Disco Elysium so far, or any of the previous games I've played, my tastes are varied and there's quite a lot on there right now, including Bug Snacks, House of Ashes, Lies of P, Whirling Fallen Dynasty, Danganronpa 1 and 2, all the Life is Strange games, Goodbye Volcano High. Do check that if you're interested. And did I just accidentally load a game rather than save? Well, hell, I'm on the Dreamscape again now. I'll sort that out in a minute. But yeah, I'm also one half of Things Are Getting Strange in X-Files Rewatch Podcast. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes go up every Thursday, 8 PM GMT. We're reviewing the X-Files 2 episodes at a time. We are currently on Season 9, and our next episode will cover John Doe and Hellbound. So please do check that out if you're interested, and if you can afford to do so, also support our Patreon. Helps keep the lights out, and gives us access to some things you can't get anywhere else, including a full Let's Play of the 1998 X-Files FMV game for the original PlayStation. Anyhow, that's everything for tonight. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm just going to skip back through the Dreamscape again to get us back to where we were. And if, well, I won't see you before, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow morning for some more Poppy Playtime. Take care, everyone. Have a good evening.